Today, we're going to be talking about our Saltbox platform again and its ability to integrate with CRM solutions. So whether you're running an ERP system like SAP Business One or Sage Intacct or SAP Business by Design in the near future with Vision33, we are going to have the ability to integrate that with almost a CRM of your choice as an option. And to talk with us about that, my colleague Sarah Humphreys will be joining us today.
Hi, everyone. The topic of today, of course, is CRM integration, specifically around HubSpot. And, I just wanted to talk about things that we've been hearing lately. And, as we all know, technology landscapes are always evolving to meet different business needs. And, software release cycles are always accelerating with the latest and greatest. So integration is becoming more and more critical for operational efficiency, especially for growing companies. Today, I'm here to talk to you about how you can integrate your CRM with HubSpot and the Saltbox platform to deliver business agility to your growing company. So I just wanted to have a little agenda to cover what my plan is for the web chat today. I'll talk about HubSpot and SAP Business One integration. I'll cover the Saltbox platform and the benefits of an integration platform as a service, or iPaaS as it's otherwise known as. I'll also be able to give you some examples and scenarios where where we see this fit in. And I'll spend some time at the end answering any questions you might have. So if you do have any questions, feel free to pop those in the chat box there, as we will be monitoring those. All right, so HubSpot and SAP Business One. So I'm just going to start from the basics. So for those of you who may not know exactly what CRM is,
I did have a question come up in my mind that I thought everyone would, kind of like to hear you and I talk about a bit. Was, in the scenario that you showed, a customer can visit a website, fill out a form. We could actually integrate that website with HubSpot to enter them into HubSpot and then check to see if they're in Business One already. If they're not, we can enter that too. But then it's kind of like, now what, right? Now what do I do? What I think people don't automatically pick up is that Saltbox is also able to be kind of an automation center, right?
exactly.
So a new contact has been entered into the system. They came from XYZ website. I can have a whole sort of plan available for what I want to do now that they've expressed interest in something or gone to a certain page or something like that, and start that process and create a workflow using Saltbox that basically resides inside of Business One. And I can automate it, right, as well. So it's not just moving data around. It's actually, kind of a workflow center when we begin to think about it. Likewise, and you may be going to talk about this later, Sarah, is like, I know that, we have these connectors for like HubSpot and Salesforce already built for Saltbox, and they have what we refer to as golden workflows. Can you give us an idea of what those are, what those golden workflows are that kind of come with the connectors?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that we wanted to do in working with various CRM solutions was build out a library of the common workflows that we see happening within, a CRM integration. So for example, we often want our contact and business partner information, any deal information, potential revenue, close dates, things like that. And then there's also times where you might want to update your product information in there, because I know HubSpot is becoming more and more robust in allowing product information to be tracked within that solution. So by having, access to the product information that's in SAP Business One directly in my HubSpot, that allows me to say, okay, I have X amount in inventory, or, perhaps there's been a pricing change. So that gives me a full view of what my management team is doing within SAP Business One. So then I can go back to my client or prospect and let them know the most accurate information. So I would say mostly, business partners, item information, pricing, sales quotations, sales orders, opportunities. And I know that HubSpot also has like a marketing campaign solution. That's really kind of how they started. And, there's also ways to tie in that information as well, because, customers start at a certain level within the funnel. So we want to make sure to automate as much as we can throughout that process. Like you mentioned earlier, Carl, that was a great comment about business process automation. Perhaps, when someone fills out a form, we want to get that into our HubSpot system. And then perhaps maybe we want to do an email mail out or send them some frequently asked question documents. So triggering various automations like that can truly help build strong customer relationships and take a lot of that administrative effort off of, the sales team or the management team. So it's pretty cool to see what Saltbox can do with regard to integration between various systems.
That's exactly what I was getting at. And I think these kind of connectors that we have, and they're, the sort of out of the box golden workflows, we call them, companies can kind of pick and choose which ones matter to them. They can also create brand new ones, right?
Yeah, yep. So if there's something outside of, what our standard golden workflows are, we can definitely accommodate that. The one thing I would say is as long as there's a endpoint for us to connect to and another endpoint in the corresponding ERP, absolutely. So I know sometimes people will have like a custom field in HubSpot where they want to gather perhaps product of interest or lead source. Where did that lead come from? And having that information published back to the ERP for reporting is something that we see folks doing more as well. So it's only growing from here.
Yeah, they have to match up and have a place to put each other's information if that's what they want to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, some things might be just fine in one or the other, but if they want them in both places, then that's the key. Well, I think that's what I was really getting at there with the question is the flexibility and the personalization side, that people can bring to this solution. It's sort of out of the box, but then there's a whole lot of other possibilities.
Exactly. And we wanted to cover all of the different nuances of business integration, business automation, because you will have some folks who want to do these things themselves and have a tool to collaborate with their third-party system vendors, which Saltbox can accommodate. And other folks, they just want, that data in their ERP and allow those workflows to run without any manual intervention. So Saltbox is extremely flexible in that way. Well, that's all for me, Carl. I hope that my HubSpot CRM integration conversation and overview was helpful to some of you. If you have any questions or think of something else after today, feel free to reach out to myself or your account manager here at Vision33, and we can schedule a demonstration or get you some answers to any questions that pop up.